Well, hello my lovely subscribers and friends and people that watch my video. I love you all. Welcome back to another video of me battling Daniel, a guy that I have on my Skype, and I was looking for an OU match and he was the one who decided to just go ahead and give me a try. Anyways, as you can see on the team preview here, he's got a Gengar, Alakazam, Kindra, Tentacruel, Scizor, and Staraptor. Actually, his team is really offensive, and I am not too afraid of that because I can usually play very well against offensive teams. I usually have problems with defensive teams, and those are the ones that give me the most trouble. But anyways, the tier for this battle is OU. As you can see, his team is pretty much based around OU Pokemon, and my team is as well, but not completely. So we're gonna kick off the match here with Jirachi versus Gengar. He's gonna go for the Confuse Ray and get me confused, and of course, as always, my luck stinks, and I do hit myself in the confusion. Then afterward, he's going to proceed to go for the Shadow Ball and gets really lucky. I mean, first he got Jirachi to hit himself, and then afterward he gets critical hit with a Shadow Ball. That's a very lucky Gengar. So I'm gonna bring out my And It's Gone, which is my Weavile. I'm gonna try to scare him off, and if he doesn't switch out, it's pretty much telling me that he's got a Focus Sash, because otherwise you wouldn't stay in just to lose your Gengar, of course. So I made a switch into Hockey as he goes for the Confuse Ray, which is fine by me because now I know that he's got Focus Sash. I know that the next Shadow Ball is definitely coming, and I'm gonna switch into my Tyranitar to just sponge that because it's 2 times resisted, and Tyranitar has a very amazing special defense, so I was not really scared of that Shadow Ball in any case. So he is gonna be lucky once again, and he's gonna get the special defense drop. First I got a critical hit, then I hit myself in the confusion, and then things just are not going my way. I do have Lumberry, by the way, so I'm not too afraid of Confuse Ray because I can always heal it up that one turn that I get confused. So I'm gonna go for the Crunch here because it's super effective, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna bring him down to his Sash. I also got lucky and got a defense drop, so there are a lot of hacks going on in this match. However, he goes for the Destiny Bond, which reminds me of my own set on Gengars, which I tend to use with Focus Sash, Counter, Destiny Bond, Thunderbolt, and Shadow Ball. It always works like a charm. Usually I take 2 Pokemons down with my Gengar, or at least with that set that I just talked about. So I went for the Dragon Dance just to scout out if this guy is really going to go for the Destiny Bond, which I had a feeling about, and then he goes for it, and I'm like, okay, that's fine by me. You know, I don't really need Tyranitar because, you know, Scizor can rape Tyranitar, Staraptor can rape Tyranitar, you know, that Tentacruel has possibly Surf or Scald, which can also rape Tyranitar, so really I don't have any use for Tyranitar against his team, so I basically fodder him out there just to take down that Gengar. I bring out my Weavile though, and he brings out his Scizor. Of course, I'm at a type disadvantage, so I'm going to switch out into Starmie, and as I predict the Bullet Punch, obviously, because that's super effective against Weavile. Now I am actually thinking, well, you know what, there is a slight chance that he might go for the Tentacruel, but I'm still gonna go for the Surf because there are many trainers who get a little bit cocky or a little bit too confident and staying thinking that they can leave one Surf, which is possibly going to be the case, but he was a little bit smarter, you know, and he was like, no, I'm not going to stay in, I'm just going to switch out into Tentacruel just to sponge that Surf, which is definitely coming. So that's a very good move on his part. I'm going to make a switch here into Hockey, and as he proceeds to go for the Rain Dance, which is fine by me because there are only 2 Pokemon on his team that can take profit of the rain, and one is of course the user here, Tentacruel, because he has Rain Dish's ability, and his Kindra. Now I knew pretty much, I was certain that this guy was about to make a switch into his Kindra, therefore I go for the Spore just to put him asleep, and I know that at the moment that he decides to switch into his Kindra, I know that Kindra has 100% sure Lumberry, and therefore I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get rid of the Lumberry, therefore I just go for Spore, and even if that was not the case, Spore would have been the better choice anyways. So I get rid of his Lumberry, which is fine by me. Then he proceeds to go for the Outrage. I decided to stay in just on the off chances he does not have Ice Beam, and he does not because he goes for the Outrage. Then I proceed to go for the Bullet Seed, and I do get a critical hit at the end. And of course, this Breloom right here that you guys are seeing is a Technician Life Orb set, so it's not like a Poison Heal. Therefore, you know, Bullet Seed and Mag Punch do a lot more damage than they usually do. So in comes the Scizor, and I go for the Mag Punch, knowing that he's probably going to go for the Bullet Punch just to try to take me out as fast as he possibly can. you know, it works in my favor. I do about 48% damage, and that's absolutely great, because now I can bring out my Jamaica to revenge kill. I know he's about to go for the bullet punch once again, and that's definitely not going to KO me unless it's like a critical hit, which is not, and I'm happy about that. So my Tinted Lens Jamaica just goes for the Buck Buzz there and takes down his Caesar, and in comes his Adilar, aka Staraptor. Now I'm thinking this guy is probably going to go for the Brave Bird, so I don't think I have any use for Jamaica at this point, so I'm definitely going to sacrifice Jamaica so I can bring out another guy that can possibly take down this Staraptor in one shot, which is going to be my Weavile. And but you know what, I was like, if he stays in here, everything could go wrong, because he could go for the Brave Bird as I go for the Sword Dance, because I decided to just predict this switch and go for the Sword Dance. But had he gone for Brave Bird, he could just have thrown the whole match around and possibly have taken the win. Because if he brought me down to my sash, this Tentacruel would have been able to leave this Night Slash like he does, and he could have easily gone for the Scald after I took down his Staraptor with an Ice Punch, and then, you know, use his Tentacruel as a revenge killer, and then it was pretty much a good game for me, because he has an Alakazam left, which is packs a punch and definitely is going to take out the rest of my team. So unfortunately for him, he decided to make a switch into his Tentacruel, which gives me a free turn to go for the Sword Dance. Then he proceeds to go for the Toxic. It Toxics my An, it's gone, and it's fine by me, because now I'm able to go for the Night Slash, take him down. He brings out again his Staraptor, and I do have whoa, voice crack. And I do have Ice Shard on my Weavile, and that's fine by me, because, you know, it's 2 times super effective, stabbed, and +2 attack, and a massive amount of attack stats. You know, this guy is an assassin. It's an amazing Pokemon, and it definitely packs a punch and has a lot of velocity. So I'm going to go for the Ice Shard on the Staraptor, and then I'm gonna proceed to go with the Night Slash against the Alakazam. That's pretty much going to be a good game. It was a 2-0 game. I pretty much, you know, I had a good time. I mean, it was pretty much straightforward, but there's not much you can do about that. Hope you guys enjoyed this vid, and I'll see you guys, well, not see you, but I'll talk to you guys later. Please don't die, and like the video, by the way.